Hey guys, there, Soft Tech here, and welcome back to 5-Minute Tech Tips. So the other day I built another DSG for myself. It's a pretty simple DSG build, 8-tooth DSG, M150 spring, 18:1 ratio gears, 22 TPA motor, works really well. And the gate Aster MOSFET in it that I have inside my DSG, the wiring was all frayed, it was nasty, I got it used, and so I ended up rewiring it with some heavy-duty 16-gauge, heavily insulated wire. One of the things that I had trouble with starting out being a tech was actually properly routing my motor wires in the grip so that I had plenty of room to install a motor, especially when you're working with thicker, 16 gauge and sometimes even 14 gauge wire in your motor grip. There's not a whole lot of room and there's not really a lot of places to put that wire. So I have a particular method that works for me 99% of the time. So I thought I'd share that with you guys today. So I ended up swapping the stock grip that came with these externals here for this, larger A&K grip, just to give it a different look. This grip has a little bit more width on the inside of it, or a little more space on the inside of it than most other stock grips. And so this is a fairly nice, spacious grip for stuff like this, but regardless, this wire orientation method, where I place the wires in this video, should work even with a, little bit more narrow of a grip as well. So let me take this motor cap off here, and I'll show you guys how I route my motor wires. Alright, so this angle was hard to actually get on camera, so I'm going to do my best to get the best angle I can for the camera using this flashlight. So essentially you have obviously this negative and positive wire here that come in through your motor grip and connect to your motor so that you can power your gun essentially. Well, on an M4, most of the time your negative wire comes up on that left side there looking down at the grip, which is closer to your trigger unit, so it's coming from here down. And then this red grip, or this red wire is coming on the other side here towards the stock. And so some guns have them routed up the same side. Other guns have them routed up different sides, like this one. So the best way, the best way I've noticed to route your wires is, regardless of them being on the same side or not, is to get them on the rear side together. So this black one right here, this is my negative wire. This is the one that in this setup I made longer than the positive wire. As you can see, it's quite a bit longer. That's fine, because what I want to do is essentially wrap it on the lower part of the grip and back up. So I'll do that real quick, and then I'll kind of do my best to give you guys a visual. You can kind of see in there, I have the black wire, the negative wire, routed on the bottom of the grip, coming back towards the red wire here. And this allows my motor the most room to clear these wires, because the way the motor sits in the grip is that there's the most space in the back of the grip, on the back side of the grip towards the stock. And so if you take your motor and drop it in there, it drops in really freely, and my wires have plenty of room. And so you still see you have all this space here with this wire. So this red wire, easily positive to positive on the motor, connects super easily. I spoke too soon. Connects really easily. And then this red wire, what I found best is to run it this way, fold it, and then run it back around the motor, clearing it. And you gotta see a couple things. You gotta clear your screw holes, and then you also have to clear around where the motor screw here that adjusts your motor height, the motor height screw, can actually flatly contact the motor end bell. And that none of these motor kind of end bell stabilizers here are slicing into your wires, because that'll cause a short. You won't get this grip closed up. It'll cause problems. So now I can easily slide that on, push it on, and it went on just totally fine. And that 16 gauge wire, as you can tell, it's pretty thick stuff. It's not thin, and that went in perfectly well. So, if you don't get your wires aligned appropriately, this can actually throw off your motor, your shimming, your bevel to pinion shimming. And so I highly recommend taking the time to do something like this, to where your wires just fit perfectly around your motor, and your wires make plenty of room for your motor to actually slide perfectly into the grip. So that's how I orient pretty much all of my M4 positive and negative wires in the grip. I run that black one at the bottom and back up the side here, and then that red one just kind of stays back here as well. So the red one will be a lot shorter, the black one, negative one, will be a lot longer to compensate for this made up distance here. So yeah, that's how I do that, and it works totally fine. Alright guys, that's going to have to do for this episode of 5-Minute Tech Tips. Now I know some of you more advanced or even intermediate techs out there might not be as interested in a topic like this as some of the newer techs, but I try to make content for all different types of techs, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and comment down below. It would mean a lot to me. But I'll see you guys in the next video of whatever the heck I'm doing. But until then, stay tuned, techs.